All right, here's good evening. Very warm welcome. Devang here from the Financial Analyst, and I welcome you to the post-market analysis of Friday, which is 30th April 2021. So it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we are done with the month of April, and we're coming to the second month of the financial year, May now. So I'll talk about a lot of interesting things, but I want to start off with a light note. Every Friday on Telegram and all of the communities, I always say this: never trust two things in life: alcohol and Fridays in the market. Never trust them. That's exactly what has happened today also. And we'll talk about all of that. And before I get started, one of the subscribers, he sent me a message. He said, "Sir, you can trust alcohol still, but you can't trust Fridays in markets because the effects of alcohol can still be reversed. But the effects of Fridays in stock market cannot be reversed, because if you're wrong, you can just wipe out your capital." So on that note, I want to start. I found it funny, so I wanted to share. But it is what it is. And I always keep reminding myself, markets are supreme. And you can never become too overconfident, or you can never try to outshadow the market, because that's not going to happen on a consistent basis. So always plan positions accordingly, and always plan the risk rewards, and play accordingly. That's the advice I would like to give you on that note. So let's get started. And you know what to do. Like the video, comment if you're from the family, TFA family, if you're from YouTube family, in Telegram, Instagram, Discord, comment hashtag TFA family. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel so that you can be connected with us for a longer time. So I want to start off by telling you where Nifty has closed today. It's closed at 14,631, contrary to what I was believing in. Today, when markets opened somewhere around 14,750 levels, they opened roughly 760 levels. I sent a message on Telegram, and I've been starting to do this now for the last couple of days. I said that in the morning in the pre-market report. I said, guys, I personally will not be selling the gap down. Yes, we have had exit polls which are taking a toll on the market, and today we had the markets went down. Last night, SGX Nifty was flattish, about 10-20 points down, I believe, but they recovered, and even Dow Jones and American markets have recovered, which brings me to the question that the global markets are still resilient. Last night, we saw a huge dip in America, and it was bought into in the last 2 hours, and they closed in green. However, even Indian markets recovered, and today the gap down is probably because the exit polls and the Reliance results are being taken into consideration. So I said that yes, Indus and Reliance will be in focus today. We saw great volatility in those companies. I said I'm expecting a volatile day. Remember our rule of two. We will become aggressive bullish when? Only when we get two consecutive closing on daily chart above 14,880. Now a lot of people, will start coming to me and they'll say you were bullish in the markets, so I've fallen down. Try to understand. We've already made two videos on this concept, and I've already sent a message in the morning also that we are buy on dip till 14,700, and we will become aggressive buyers only above 14,880. I also gave you a couple of additional and I said, otherwise, sellers will dominate at the upper end of the range. All these notes were given. I hope you made sense of them. Whoever is a good trader, or whoever's been trading for a while, should have been able to make sense of what I was saying. And today, I also gave you in the last videos, I also gave you 2-3 more additional measures to help you to understand when can you become aggressive buyers. Number one is clients becoming short for 2-3 consecutive days on the index futures. Number two, dollar index coming down. Number three, closing above 14,880 for 2 consecutive days. So yesterday we closed at 14,894, but today we haven't even closed above that. So I can't become aggressively bullish. So sellers will dominate at the upper end of the range, which is nothing but 14,880. So basically, today I said I will not sell the gap down, and I hope you all got saved there. Today, if you see the charts of Nifty, I'll open the 5-minute chart of Nifty. You can see markets did open a very big gap down, somewhere about 110 points gap down. And I said, don't sell the gap down. And you must have been able to be saved, because markets did from 14,760 went till 14,860. A good 110 point rally came after the gap down. So I was good in that, as I was fine in that aspect, and we made some money here. So I've already been telling you in the last 1-2 days that I have not been entering any nifty bank positions. And even today I had sent that later in the group, which I'll show you. I said that I am not in any positions on the index. Yes. So over here, I'll just show you the message. So I'll show you the message when we come to that. So I'm not in any positions. The reason why I'm not in any position is because I'm not a scalper in these current situations. We see a lot of volatility, and I want to be on the right side of the market majority of the times. So right now, I do not have a good understanding of where the markets want to go. There is a lot of confusion. So once I do get a confirmation, I will enter in that direction. And I was also expecting, this is one very interesting message that I sent. I said, Brent crude is very strong. Keep a track on oil and energy sector. And this was the sector along with the PSUs, the PSCs that was in focus. And then a lot of people tell me, कि yeah, this was a fluke. You to just woke up at 9:33 and आपने बोल दिया कर लो because Reliance was going up. It was nothing like that. Guys, see, whatever you do, try to understand the logic behind it. Last night on Discord at 12 o'clock in the night, I sent a message. This is what I sent today morning on Telegram also. I said that crude has given a breakout, Brent crude oil, UK oil, and that's the reason why oil and energy will be in focus. And this is why we gave you a couple of ideas that we could go long in ONGC, we could go long in NTPC, and you saw how the energy sector was performing today morning. It was ballistic. Even I think till 1 o'clock, the sector was ballistic. I'm going to show you the chart. Nifty energy. So Nifty energy somewhere opened here 9:15. It opened a gap down, but from the lows of 17,906, it went all the way till 18,400. That's a good 500-point rally we saw Nifty energy, and it was dominated by ONGC, IOC, BPCL, NTPC to an extent at particular point in time. Reliance also. Reliance from 80 levels or something. It went till 2030. Yeah, it went somewhere till 2035 levels. Even Reliance was dominating this nifty oil and gas rally, power sector. So we hopefully, let me know if you made money on these ideas, because we got a lot of screenshots. People made money on NTPC and ONGC. We gave you keep a track on NTPC and ONGC. The sector is hot, and ONGC from 4% was up about 7.58% also in the day. And we had gone long on NTPC a couple of days back. So we did clock in a particular amount of profit, which I'll come to later. And the energy sector was something that we were talking about all day today. And we also talked about Divis Labs. Divis Lab was an idea that we gave you a couple of days back. I think 2 days back, we gave you an idea of Divis Lab to go long. I want to thank our Discord community led by Harsh and Shreyansh, who have given this, who have actually turned the idea into a reality, Divis Labs. And Divis Labs today was, Divis, I think, has now become the second largest company in pharma or on market capitalization. And also it's very active, not only in the COVID front, but also in the API sector, which is a specialty chemical sector. So today, Divis Lab was around 4135. So at one point of time, Divis Lab was above 5.5%. So I hope you should have clocked in good money, because our buying price in Divis was 3,900 rupees. So we must have made a good 150 bucks profit per share on Divis Labs in a matter of 2 days. So I do take that as a win. So our investment ideas that we've been giving you have been working out, and they have been doing considerably well. I think in the last couple of days, Himalaya and I have given you cumulatively 15 ideas, and I think all of them are doing great. ITC, I think, is going cost to cost. It's been a laggard, and it's meant to be. We all know how ITC moves. It's going to be in that range. We know the stop loss for ITC. So ITC and Cummins, I think Cummins is also corrected a bit, 2-3%. But otherwise, all the ideas that we have given you are in a good 5 to 10% profit. Stuff like PVR and Bajaj Finance, Axis, etc., are already 20% profit. So if you have taken any of those positions, let me know, because I hope you have made money on the investment ideas that we have given you. So, all of that happened. So as I said in the morning, I said that I am expecting the markets to be sideways today. I had sent this somewhere that out of the indices, Bank Nifty was, I'm expecting to be sideways. I said Nifty will be trending. We did get a good money on Nifty, but I was expecting overall markets to be sideways. And overall, I think till 1 o'clock, markets were sideways. So I had no doubt in that. That's the entire reason why I was not active on the banking front. If I show you the charts of Nifty Bank, 5-minute charts, you can see Nifty Bank was sideways till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it was completely sideways. It opened flat, it opened gap down, went up, filled the gap, again came down, again went up, again came down. It was a great volatile day, but I was not anticipating this movement. So Bank Nifty actually didn't fall a lot. If you ask me, did Bank Nifty fall a lot? It did. but it did majority of the fall was in the gap down. Why? Because of HDFC Bank and HDFC. Both these HDFC twins have corrected a lot. And yesterday, I think ADRs of HDFC Bank were down about 2.5%, 3%. That's the entire reason why this fall came. So during the day, Axis, I think even SBI, they were holding the markets higher, Bank Nifty. But eventually, when HDFC started to plunge further, you got this small fall. But actually, the bigger fall happened in Nifty. If you ask my opinion, the bigger fall happened in Nifty. At this point of time at 2 o'clock, Bank Nifty didn't fall a lot, but this fall was augmented not only by the HDFC twins, but also by Reliance. That has created a big pressure, because from 2030, Reliance fell to 1980 levels at one point of time, another 50-point fall. So you all know that if HDFC Bank falls 10 points, that's 200-point Bank Nifty. Also remember, Reliance is also the biggest constituent in Nifty. So that did create an impact. All the banks were down. Banking was laggard, 2.5% down today. Finance, 3% down. It's been off, I think, led by the HDFC twins. Auto was also not doing very comfortably well. I already told you yesterday, we're not interested right now to go long on Hero MotoCorp. I already gave you that. All the sectors were down. Pharma went up. If pharma is going up, it's because money is being pulled out of banks. You all know sector rotation now if you're watching my videos. So this is something to worry about for the bulls in the market. Metals have been remaining flat. The best thing is oil and gas have been remaining flat. That's the trade sector that we gave you for today. Consumption has been down. So going forward to the messages, that what do we discuss after that? Going forward, I said 14,700 is a good support. Above that, I want to be buy on dip, and I want to be aggressive only above 14,880. So a lot of people say you're a bull in the market. Guys, understood, I'm a bull, but I know what I want to do. And you should also be aware of what you want to do in the market. So first of all, I want to congratulate a couple of people, I think in the community also, on the architect family as well as the bull brother, who said markets will fall today. And I didn't listen to them, and it actually fell down today a lot. It did a bloodbath. So hats off to you guys. Hats off to you guys. Because I wasn't really expecting any of this to happen in the market. And this is market. It's all supreme. It's all supreme. You have to protect yourself. And the funny thing is, today, at a particular point of time, if I show you what I was doing today, I was in NTPC longs. You all know that. At one point of time, I was in a profit of a good 1.5 lakh also on NTPC. But eventually, because everything fell down, I did enter into a loss, and in a good 50-60K loss. So I think more than that only. But what I'm saying is that this is market. You have to understand. Before I go on with my analysis, I just want to put one disclaimer out there. Guys, we have been giving you a lot of ideas. If you come to this channel for calls, this is not meant for you. I always tell that, see, we are not people who give calls. We do not entertain nugget hunting. A lot of people come to us and say, can you tell me what to do with this company? I have this call, I have this put. This is not what I do, what my team does. We are here to give you ideas. And these ideas are not any random ideas, but the beauty about the ideas that we give you is these are the trades that we have taken ourselves. And if you see the last 15, 20 ideas that we've given you out of the investment and the calls, etc., 2 ideas have gone wrong. I would say today, NTPC, you were in a profit. I wouldn't say you weren't in a profit. A lot of people, NTPC, from the low of 102, it went to 105.5. You were in profit. So if you don't book that position, you cannot keep messaging me and saying what to do with NTPC now. I'm with you, I'm in loss. Try to understand that. You have to see your risk appetite, because things did go in your favor, and it is your greed that is not allowing you to exit a position. Because you have to understand, my appetite and your appetite or anyone else's appetite is different. I might like to sit in a trade a little bit longer because I might have a positional view, whereas you might have an intraday view, and suffering an intraday loss, you want to hold it for a positional basis. So that becomes difficult. That does become difficult. So please understand, this channel, this community that we've created is for sharing our personal observations about the market, our personal ideas for the market. And always, when you trade, use your own minds, use your analysis, always consult your advisors before initiating a trade. And if you are in profit, don't keep waiting for our signals to exit, because we do not give calls. It's up to you when you exit. So right now, in all the investment ideas, you're already in 15-20% profit, some in even 5-10% profit. So it's up to you when you panic, because I might sit longer. I hope that entire point is clear. So if NTPC is wrong as of today, it's not a wrong idea. If it is wrong as of today, out of 20 ideas that we've given you, I think it's a good defeat. I accept. I accept the defeat. It's a good defeat. I accept. So I am, by the way, I am holding NTPC. I want to hold it for a couple of days. I think 100 is something that will be respected. If it's not respected, we will book a loss. So overall, I wasn't expecting 14,700 to be broken, and we did get good support. And I said that if we are closing below 14,700, that will change our perspective. And that's something that has happened today. I'll talk about that in a minute. So a couple of more interesting things that we talked about. By the way, today, Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray G is going to address the state today in the evening. Let's see what he has to say. Is it about the curbs, the restrictions, or is it about the vaccination drive? Because I believe in the last in these 1-2 days, the vaccinations are not available in Maharashtra. I'm not actually clear about the actual issue, but let's see what he has to say. This becomes an event for the market right now. And also we have Reliance earnings today. I think Reliance is expected to post 100% gain in the earnings, and revenue is about to go up 2-3%. So let's see what the earnings are. Also, over the weekend, the results of the elections are going to be out, I believe. So all these things are going to impact the market the next week. So I hope you've taken positions accordingly, taking into consideration all these factors. So one very important thing I said at 1 o'clock, guys, understand this, one very important message I sent. That's why I always say, be a chameleon. In the morning, I said markets are sideways. At 1 o'clock, somewhere at this point of time, somewhere over here at 1 o'clock, when markets were somewhere over here, I said that the financials, our banks are looking very weak. Be cautious. I'm going to show you that message right now. I said that I'm not holding any option open in index. That I told you, I'm not in long any index. Number one. Number two, I said, please be cautious on banks and financials if you are long. I gave that update around 1:15. I again said after 4 minutes that please, banking is coming under significant pressure. Be alert. So if you were long in the market and if you kept on holding, it's because you were not understanding the market. And after 1:15, that bigger fall has actually happened. So after 1:15, you can see this candle. Over here was the 1:15 candle somewhere over here. And after 1:15, so markets were not moving at that point of time. I still told you things are looking weak. And after 1:15, after that message we sent you, markets fell from 14,760 all the way till 14,600. They made a low of somewhere around 14,600. So they fell about 160 points. So if you were saved from the longs, if you were in any longs, or if you entered puts on that message, let me know in the comments. Also, keep us in track on Instagram so we can be in touch with what you're doing in everyday in the everyday markets. So that was the last message I sent. And I said that try to understand that I said I'm not expecting any big falls. I'm still expecting a sideways market. But I said the very important message. I said that index, whenever there is panic, like today, there's a good panic happening in HDFC, Twins, Reliance, etc. I said always observe index lows of the day, and they do become supports. If they are broken, then further panic starts. That's something I've learned in life. I've learned through my journey in markets, and that is a message I sent you. What I'm trying to say is basically the lows of the index of the day, they become very important support and resistance. So you can see today's low was somewhere around 14,730. And you can see exactly somewhere over here, markets had halted. So whenever in the future, not forget today, in the future, when you see such panic situations that are happening, which are driven by some events that I'm not aware of right now, always you try to observe what happens at the day low. So if the day low is being held, good, it is going to be held, it's going to be a good support. But if the day low is only broken, try to understand if the day low is only broken, then further panic starts. I think even in Bank Nifty, the day low did become a good support for some point of time. You can see over here, it became a good support. And after rule of three, whoever has done the course already know this inside bar rule of three breakdown. That was a very good trade that you could have initiated. So it's all about basically price action being implemented over some logic. So it was some kind of a very, I would say, volatile day, rough day, difficult day. But hopefully you all, have taken some idea of the message that we've sent you, and you have been safe in the market. If you've not been safe, don't worry. If you are in a loss today, if you've done some mistakes today, I hope that is clear now from what I've told you. But if you are in still a loss, do not worry. Markets are going to be here for a long period of time. If you've made a big loss today, my advice would be take Monday off, take this couple of days break, and try to understand what you've done. You need a psychological break so that you don't revenge trade on the markets. That's very, very important. And we will recover in the coming days. It's very important because markets are going to be here forever. If you've done a loss one day, that does not matter because you are a small player. We are small people. We can't predict every single day what's going to happen in the market. And when the market does go in our direction, we need to be ready for that. So always remember, it's not about how much you make when you're right. It's also about how much you lose when you're wrong. So on these days when you're wrong, try to protect losses. And on the days when you're right, try to keep those profits going. That's what I want to talk about. So now coming towards the markets, right? All the sectors are down today, led by banking and financials. It's been weak. If you remember my video yesterday, I said something. Can anyone tell me in the comments what did I say about banks? If you all remember, if you see my videos quite aggressively, I said something about banks. I said that even though, and tell me if you agree, if you heard this statement in my video, let me know in the comments. I said even though the market will rally in the coming sessions, maybe May, June, I don't know when. I said that Nifty 15,600 levels are now open whenever markets have to rally in the next 2-3 months, but that level is open. That's the potential that we have now for the markets. But I said, even though when the markets are going to rally, Nifty banks will not be so strong. They will not be outperforming. They will be participating in the rally, but they will be laggards. They will be holding Nifty back. Today, exactly, you saw that. Today, the main fall was led by Nifty Bank. Other sectors like metals, energy, they are coming into focus. And these sectors, energy, metal, PSEs, they don't perform for a month, for even years. And the minute they start to perform, they don't stop. Understand that. Please observe the data also when it comes out. When these guys start to perform, you've seen the rally in metals haven't performed in the last 10 years. You can see JSW Steel, Tata Steel, in the last 10 years they've been at the same price, about what, 600, 700, 400 rupees. And now you can see what's happened to them in just 1-2 months. In the matter of time, it has rallied. The same is the case with even PSU banks, with PSCs, energy stocks. They will outperform as soon as this rally resumes. But as of today, on the intraday basis, we have to talk about the intraday basis. We have taken strong resistance there. This level was given to you. And we have also closed below 33,000 on Bank Nifty. That's not a good closing. That's not a pleasant closing. We have not done very well on the banks. If I open the Bollinger Band, we have Bollinger Band, the 20 MA, somewhere around 32,413. So that does become the next potential support. Because if you are below the Bollinger Band, you have the 20 MA as a resistance. And if you're above the Bollinger Band, then you do have 20 MA as support. So now it'll be interesting to see what the results of Reliance are and what the banks do in the coming days, because banking has really come down today a lot, and I haven't actually seen HDFC Bank doing 4.5% very regularly. So let's see. Even HDFC Bank, if we gave you that level, which will come to later. But I think this level now becomes very, very crucial. This is the exact level of, basically, I would say 32,200 to 32,400. Now let us observe this zone, because not only is it the 200 moving, it's the 20 moving average, but it's also the previous, the resistance that we had, double top and double bottom and breakout. So let's observe this area over here. But overall, banking has not done any good closing. So if assuming that everything stays what it is, you will not be getting a very good opening on Nifty Bank on Monday. Even if you get a good opening on Nifty Bank on Monday, it will first be followed by a sell-off, and then markets will decide what it has to do. That's a very simple thing that you need to know in the markets. Even if you get a flattish or a small gap down opening, the pressure can continue. Why? Because you are getting that selling momentum in the market. However, if you get a gap up for some reason, first markets will try to come down, because you saw good selling pressure. So people who have missed this fall on Monday, they will again try to sell. So if you get a gap up, you will again get a fall, but today's closing price then will become support. That's something that you need to be understanding. Nifty, if you talk about Nifty, I was expecting, as I said, to close above 14,700. It hasn't happened. So the story continues. Strong, resilient global cues, weak domestic cues, and we have again entered the channel. And that is why the other day I taught you the rule of two. I told you one closing will not matter. You need two closings. I showed you PVR example. I showed you many examples. I hope that has been able to help you out in planning your investments. I also told you in the last video, I said do not buy banks right now. Please, if you haven't seen that video, please see that video, the post market for the monthly expiry. So I said that do not buy banks right now. Wait, let it fall further. We will again enter. I'll tell you again when the bottom is there. But right now, as of now, on the intraday basis, on the short-term basis, the pressure has been there. I said that we have to be worried below 14,700, and yes, it's closed well below 14,700. So now again, 14,700 becomes a resistance. And again, as I said, the sellers have again dominated on the top of the range at 14,880. They've again come into the picture. So in the coming days, the first level that we need to watch out for will be 14,600, because that's a very important level, and it's also the 20 MA approximately. That's a level that you need to be clear with. And if this channel movement continues, it's going to happen something like this. Doesn't look very, very careful. A lot of rumors are, or I don't know, rumors or it's a fact or not, but that maybe the government wants to impose a lockdown uh, around May 3rd, when this election euphoria is over. So I don't know about that. What's the efficacy of that? What's the actual accuracy of that? I'm not sure about that. But again, markets know everything. So if the market does know about that, it's already been discounted to some extent. And yes, when a lockdown announcement comes in the future, if it does, I'm not saying it does, it's not our work to predict the future, to predict announcements. We will play by the facts. But if it does happen, yes, it's been discounted to an extent, but always when such big announcement happens, you will get knee-jerk reactions. So over the coming days, there has been some poor closing in the market today. Number one, our observation will be, let's try to be stock specific. That is something I can explain, and I think only and only start to buy now if you regain 14,700. If you are not regaining 14,700, please mark my words now. If you are not regaining 14,700, I think you should be less active on the buying front. If you are below, as I said in the Telegram also, if you're below 14,700, you have to be more active on trying to go for a sell on rise kind of scenario, because right now sellers have become activated. I hope that is clear. So I still will not be very active on the selling front. We'll see where the markets open. I'll give you some ideas on the Nifty bank fronts over the weekend. Let's see the data tonight. I want to observe that. Let's see the cash figures tonight of the data. And on Sunday, I'll give you some trade ideas for Nifty bank. But as of now, I want to do a screen reading of a tape reading, poor closings, and please be cautious on the longs right now. I hope we saved you around 115 today also. And unless until you regain 14,700, let's be less active on the long side. If you want to be long in the market, try to go with a stock specific action. Always some index or the other will be higher. So it could be energy, could be metals, could be PSCs, and we could go long in that. So I'm glad that I'm in NTPC, right? So nothing's been really impacted on NTPC or that sector. Let's see what happens with Reliance results, because Reliance results will have a direct bearing on the entire sector. So again, guys, if you are in some kind of loss, don't worry, we'll recover it. And all of these days always happen once in 10 days. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope my view is clear. And always be a chameleon in the market. Always be a chameleon in the market. If people resent you for that, let them resent, but it's about you. It's always, remember, in the market, it's always about you. My last advice, the note I want to end with, is that understand, guys, that this market is involving 3,000-4,000 companies. It's made of lakhs and millions of people. So you can't have one single view going forward. If conditions are satisfied, you continue with that view. But if it's not been satisfied, you need to keep on changing. And if you remember, in the last 2 months, we have been doing buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell every single day. And a lot of people do get confused. But remember, this is what the market is right now. We are not in this euphorical rally, the FOMO rally of early COVID times, but we are now in an advanced stage. So unless until this channel breaks for 2 consecutive days, let's not be really aggressive on the long sides. Be careful, have a safe weekend, stay home, socially distance yourself, and take care of yourself. Thank you so much.